as we are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner with an exquisite ambiance. We have a set menu and three a la carte menus to choose from, and we are flexible to all requests. We go above and beyond to serve you. Basil's Bar Kingstown, where it's more than just a meal, it's an adventure. Call for reservations at 457 2713.
Dearest gentle reader, this author is delighted to tell you about this season's 6 most sensational diamonds, vying to ascend to the throne and lay claim to the title of Miss SVG 2024. A royal dream, to be sure, and certainly one they have long prepared for. But who might this diamond be? Will it be Lisha Beach, Miss GCI St. Vincent, Athalia Gloucester, Miss Flo, Kiwana Hackshaw, Miss Lynch Caribbean Brokers, Felicia Hector, Miss Instacash, Alvina Pinder, Miss Grenadine House, or Zayda Stevens, Miss KCCU? Your royal invitation to this grand gala must be secured with haste. Tier 1, $70. Tier 2, $80, and Tier 3, $100 from the Entice Lounge in Victoria Park, VJ's Restaurant, Perez City Store, Johnny's Barbershop, Four Shells, Video Extreme, and the Lotta booth at Peace Mo. Join me, gentle reader, and witness how royal dreams come true at the Lavu Boutique Hotel Miss SVG 2024 pageant on October 5th at 8 p.m. at Victoria Park.
Listen all day, every day on your favorite streaming platform. The cleanest fresh sound. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, SVG, those in the region and folks in the diaspora. Yeah, I had a stretch. Give me 1 second. All right, good morning to everybody again, and hope that everybody is doing a-okay. It is Friday, whatever it is you term it, in terms of however it is it makes you happy. Happy Friday to everybody, all right? Again, I think I always have to be so careful when I say Happy Friday, because I say it with a little bit of guilt for those persons who work on a Saturday. Right?
We're sending hugs.
We send hugs, and I don't know, boy. I don't know how they make it, but respect to y'all. I mean, the thing of it is that, yes, Saturday is a commercial day, and persons have to, generally, if you can't do whatever it is you have to do during the week, you capitalize on it on a Saturday. But I just feel if a person who works 6 days a week, even if it's 5.5, it is still, it still comes up to 6 in most instances. Because by the time let's say they finish work, they go supermarket, they go home, practically the day is done. For those persons who go to church, really and truly, how much time do they have for themselves?
There's a lot to do.
Yeah, that is life in a sense, until persons could find a way to figure something else out, all right, that works to their advantage. So yeah, good morning again, good folks. All right, so we are into our Activated Mornings segment for today, and we are going to be talking on swimming and sea-related activities, all right? Let me turn this thing down because I don't know why it's on a bit loud in my ears. But
I forgot to mention, somebody answered. Somebody got the answer. They said when they are growing up for cat and dog, it means it's for anybody. It doesn't have a special owner. So you are correct in that with that answer. Also, we say basically keep what you find. So if I there's a $5 on the floor or something, I might pick it up and say, well, where they're growing up for cat and dog.
Oh.
That's how we use it.
Hi, Colin. Morning.
Good morning to my Roleza.
Good morning to my Dave.
All right, well, I just can't say if I could lay claim on Dianna because still got to find out certain things.
Why they say something like a boat of them from Sparrow?
Ah,
Huh?
that's man.
Why they sound like a
Both
boat
of
of them? We ain't dealing in that, you
Both
know.
of them. Yeah, man. Well, that's what I'm here to do. Bring some joy and happiness as well. I ain't got money to give all you. Like certain people would throw the money down in front of you.
But nobody has
You know,
money
and
in front
that
of me, Dave.
makes some of us, somebody womanize gone wild.
Dave, who is
And
them
somebody could-
people? So I could go stand up in front of them, please. Who is them people throwing money in front of people so I could go and stand up there, please? Tell me.
Oh no! When you get yourself involved with a certain man,
Uh-huh.
I don't know who you're involved with right now, but when you get yourself involved with a certain man, he's going to throw down a few how do you say it now? Anyhow, throw down a few grand in front of you, and then your mind gone crazy. You say, boy, should I accept this? Should I,
In the words of
I know
Tanya
all of that.
Stevens, for everybody, 1 grand on the money, huh? So just say.
Well,
I
I love
just-
you how you're rich. I love you how you're rich. You know, you're really rich. The last time,
I got high class taste, man.
The last time I was in hospital, I heard a woman telling another woman, woman ain't supposed to be poor,
Mm.
right? And I didn't question that, but me listen. So I don't, she telling she friend, a woman ain't supposed to be poor. She got what, could bring her money and all of that. So you all could develop on that for me, because that's woman talk. Yeah. But quickly, I'm glad for Shafiqua coming home, getting recognition. Thank God. Thank God that they say, how they ever saying, it's a good thing she went through that struggle. I remember mentioning this some time ago on the same station about how, they should, what's the right word I'm looking for? But how they should really try to, the powers that they should try to reward Shafika with something. I didn't call out what, but I was looking at the other islands, right? Even though they medal and deserve fully what they got, right? But I remember somebody called immediately and said, "Where the government go get money, huh? To give their athletes only time."
Dave?
Becoming an Olympian, going to the Olympics and so on. So sometimes we can't see what lies ahead, but thank God, and Dave Roberts has been a veteran in this. I've been around too long. Gone are the days when I used to talk to Trinidad. We have our own radio station of different kind here. Talk to Barbados. I used to be expressing myself on these stations in the region, and I could speak with both an authority. I was invited in Barbados to for a one night to be on a program and so on, but it didn't make sense to me. I had to turn it down. So talk ain't cheap now, Talk ain't cheap. I was saying the other day, I wish I could get the a figure of how much money I would have talk. Just for talking alone, how much money would have cost me from the company that is responsible. Anyhow, listen to you girls. It's Friday. Wishing you lovely Friday. I wish you all could get all the comfort and what you all need, all the delicacies. Trust me. I wish I was in that situation to really make you all feel good. Love up, love up, love up, love up. Bye.
All right. Bye, Dave. Thank you. All right. So thank you for that contribution, Dave. Okay. So we're going to jump into our scheduled topic at this time. And it is... So this was a news item that we read earlier this week, and it says local...
We have a...
Go ahead. All right.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, angels. Good morning.
Morning.
Well, Dave again. I don't know where Dave is coming from, but I wonder if Dave listened to the press conference at AIA for Shafika. I wonder if you listened to that thing. Did you ladies saw it? Or got a chance to?
Yeah, I looked at it, yes, and right. Dianna was
Okay.
there.
Great. I wish Dave look at it. Go back and look at it. It's supposed to be technology wise because you talk about in his days, what he used to do. He should go back and look at that press conference. Because he talk about what the government don't do or do whatever it's supposed to do. Let him go back and look at it and see what was said there. Dave, I don't know. I will use Mr. Reed's word ponder. I guess that's what Dave do at home. Ponder and you girls in the studio. He ponders it. So that's the word for Mr. Weeks, pondering. I think that's what Dave does at home. Ponder on you girls in the studio. And all the other girls he talks about that he had all over his years. But I guess now he's lonely. So he's pondering.
Oh, Lord.
Later.
All right, thanks, Jeff. All right, leave me out of that. All right, so there we go. So there's a news item that we read earlier this week, and it says coach calls for swimming to be included in school curriculum. So local swim coach Kyle Duggan is making a call for swimming to be included in the national school curriculum. Emphasizing the importance of swimming as a life skill, Coach Duggan said that there would be more lives saved as a result of swimming's inclusion in the curriculum, as well as more stellar international level swimming athletes discovered. And Coach Duggan recently accompanied athletes to the swim events at not just this year's 2024 Paris Olympics, but also an athlete to the 2024 Paralympics, which were also held in Paris, France. All right, so we just want to talk a little bit on this, on whether or not, go ahead. Hi, caller, morning.
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 When they call at a time is to defend the NDP and criticize the ULP. When Jeff and Kojo call, it's to defend the ULP. And I must say I'm right in the middle there. I independent. I criticize NDP. I criticize ULP. I'll praise NDP. I'll praise ULP. And no partisan politics in my comments. Have a good morning. Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Y'all using us again to send messages to each other? We're dealing with a particular topic, right? So yeah, Dianna, so what are your thoughts on this?
I agree with the coach. I mean, he said it, swimming is a life skill. It's something that we need. And we usually talk about the fact that we live surrounded by water. Down here in the Caribbean, we live on islands. We are surrounded by water. We have rivers, we have beaches, and so it is, I do believe it is necessary for us to learn to swim from a very young age. Some persons have the privilege of learning from their parents or their brothers or so, but not everybody, people who could teach them to swim. For example, I can't teach my son to swim because
you don't know how to.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. So I do think it would be a great move if they were to introduce swimming. I think there are a lot of things that they should introduce in schools, and probably do away with some of what they have right now. But anyways, yeah, I do agree with him there. I would like to see that. I would like to see them doing swimming in school, especially, and I have to say, probably not some extra class where they have to pay a fee, because really and truly not everybody is going to be able to afford that. Majority is not going to be able to afford that extra something there. So if they could do that, I would really tip my hat off to them.
I'm in agreement with it, and I believe that it should start at the primary school level.
Yes.
The reason being is when we get older, we become a lot more fearful, right? So the earlier you start, especially when it comes to swimming and some person's phobia of water, I think introducing it to a child at an early age would help in terms of allowing them to loosen that fear of swimming. I know that, again, it's interesting that we live on an island surrounded by water. Many of us love to go to the beach. Many of us love to,
like me.
Many of us love to bathe on the sand where the water rushes up to the shore. But how many of us can actually go out and go out further? Things like diving, I would love to be able to do. But I don't know how to swim. I always remember like when I was speaking with trainees before, and they'd be like, "You live from the small islands and you don't know how to swim." And I used to feel like just tell them, just leave me alone, But they kind of had a point, because we are at almost, well, except if you live in the interior, on almost every vantage point, you see the sea from in SVG. All right. And what is it going to take for us to take swimming seriously, to realize that it is a life skill, not just it being a life skill, but it's a useful way for us to get in some exercise. Also, we just never know when we will be able to help to rescue somebody or save somebody who may find themselves in a situation of distress. So I am actually an advocate for it. And as Dianna said, I would not want for it to be something that is done as an outside quote unquote subject, because of the fact that, as she correctly indicated, persons come from different economic backgrounds and they may not have the money to pay for it extra, right? Or additional. So if it can be included in the curriculum, I would actually be all for it.
Somebody said we spend 9 months in water, and it's so ironic that we come out and we can't swim, eh?
But that's what they say sometimes when you see, well, it's said that when you, to get them to learn how to swim, put babies in water, and you would see how quickly it is that because it's what they have already been used to. This is what they would remember from floating around in the womb for about the 9 months, So yeah, it's just
there are these celebrities that I've seen some of them. They take their children to learn to swim from before they even a toddler. You watch them, you see these little babies and they're swimming, and it's just incredible. Somebody said they would love to know what percentage of people from SVG can swim. That's interesting. I would like to know that too. What percentage of us can swim? And this person also said that they learn to swim by the sink or swim method, where they throw you off a boat and they send you. I've heard a number of persons say that. Me, panic would have killed me.
But there was this one time, I always remember it. Boy, it's amazing that I'm alive. My mother probably don't even know this story here. So there was it was one of those programs during the vacation, and so we went to the beach. I was really young at this time. Went to the beach and we were playing Shaki in the water, right? So we playing Shaki, and a taller girl was holding on to my hand. So of course I could only go where it is I can stand up. The next thing that I remember after her dragging me out, because she could stand, but I couldn't stand, right? Water already reached above my head. And I woke up on the sand. That was the next memory that I have, waking up on the sand. No, I'm serious. I woke up on the sand. So for however it is it happened, I passed out. I completely passed out and I woke up on the sand. And when I think back on something like that, my mother could have lost a child. But when I think back on these other things, having the ability to learn how to swim, then I could have let go of a hand, been able to paddle, and this whole thing about your foot touching ground is where you feel safest and so forth. I would have been able to rise above and been able to swim and to let go and that sort of thing. But when I think back on it, no, it really was a scary time thinking back on it. But yeah, it really and truly do it when the child is young, so that phobia would not be there.
Because that's my phobia, when my feet cannot touch. I just nothing, no common sense, nothing. It's all panic. When I go to the beach, as much as I love the beach, water ain't passing my chest. I've been to the beach sometimes and I have been embarrassed because I was in the water with children. And I would see the children at a certain point and I'm like, you standing up there? And then I would get up and realize like I'm probably like knee deep in the water. And I'm like, but it's because of that fear I have. Once water goes above my chest, I just start to panic immediately. And when you were talking about your sharky thing, I laughed because I remember as a child, a group of us went to the beach and we decided we were going to play Baywatch. But what was funny is that none of us could swim. Even the person who was pretending who's supposed to be the lifeguard can't swim. And we actually had an incident where some of us went out a little further and we started to drown. But thank God there were adults there.
Who were the actual lifeguards?
Yes, the lifeguard and them drowning.
Yeah, but we really do need to take it seriously. And so Evan is saying, I totally agree with the swimming introduction in school here where I am, my son did it in junior school. I also took him to swimming lessons at the local leisure center, right? That whole thing of throwing people out and forcing them to learn to swim, that method, I do not agree with it, right? It happened to me once when somebody did it and I was not very pleased. Not very pleased at all, but we really do need to take these things seriously. And we just never know. And again, we see the highlights of persons being involved in swimming at the Olympic level, so how are we trying to engage or get more students to be potential athletes if we do not allow for them to at least be exposed to it? And if they choose to take it further at a competitive level, then so be it. But we really and truly need to be able to teach our children how to swim, and parents who know how to swim, I want to say it is your duty and your responsibility to teach your child. All right. Going to a beach isn't very far for many of us. We have beaches in our own communities. May not be always the best, but just during your school vacations, etc. Spend that time interacting with them and teach them how to swim, because we might be waiting a while for it to be introduced in the curriculum. So for those who know how to swim as parents, I think that you really and truly should be able to pass this on to your children. All right.
Yeah, coach just reminding us there that he talked about defensive swimming the other day. So that's another thing there. An important reason to learn to swim as well, and to learn that type of swimming. Yeah.
All right. So just to note as well, as we're talking about matters related to the seas, Searchlight has an article says the SVGSA and partners opening opportunities in the yachting sector. St. Vincent de Grenadines Sailing Association, in partnership with the French Embassy to the Eastern Caribbean states, Barbados, and the OCS, and the Blue Life Yacht Charters, has introduced a program offering hands-on training and work experience in a growing and lucrative industry. The program will be based in Bequia and will be held over a series of 8 weekends between October 2024 and May 2025. Critically, the program will be funded. The initiative is aimed at engaging local youth and introducing them to various employment opportunities in the yacht charter industry. Therefore, participants will be trained for various roles within the yacht charter industry, gaining first-hand experience and valuable skills to thrive in this dynamic sector. All right. Through this program, the aim is to equip young women and men with practical expertise, confidence, respect, and essential life skills. All right. So that is something that is happening within Bequia over an 8-week period for persons who wish to learn more about yachting. There is also another, let me see if I can pull this up quickly. Something else that came across recently, where there's a free yachting youth program that is happening. Let me just rotate this. All right. So again, it's the same thing. So for persons who wish to, so the application deadline is the 30th of September. And for persons who wish to apply, you can send the application to Monica, MONICA, at bluelifesailing.com. All right. So for persons or for young persons between the ages of 16 to 20 who have an interest in yachting, in this yachting youth program, the deadline for the application is the 30th of September. And you can send that application to Monica at bluelifesailing.com. All right. So it's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
opportunities there for the young'uns.
Yep. All right. So we are going to jump out at this time and then be back shortly with more activated mornings for this morning.